Now we've just created a little test case that takes data from the module level here, kind of a list of items to do. Then it adds it to the list, and then it creates a loop and it adds it to the list. Now we're going to create a test that also kind of deletes it afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some other items to mix it up. So what are we going to do? We're going to walk the dog, and then we're going to go to Spain. What we will do, we're going to Spain. After we walk the dog, we're going to Spain. Awesome. Let's do it. Now we're going to go back into our little test, the add items to list, and we're going to see, okay, add items to list unsorted. So what we have done here, we've made sure that the item is added, and then we validated that they're there, right? Now we just want to clean up after this test. So let's create a separate test to do that, okay? So we'll do new test, and then we'll say delete items from list, okay? Go ahead, create delete items, and in loop data, we'll put the module items there. So now it's linked. Now we should be able to go ahead and delete the items. The problem is, if the items haven't been added, how will we be able to do the automatic data bind on the delete? How will we be able to find the link? So this data here basically says walk the dog. We don't have walk the dog in our list, right? So it's not a good thing to start deleting in this list now, because we cannot use kind of our AI intelligent string matching, all that stuff, because there is no way for us to make good guesses here, right? So what you want to do is you start by running your add items to list, right? So you do this add items to list unsorted, you press play. Okay. Now we have the items there, right? You have the walk the dog, you have the go to Spain, right? Now, you know that when you start the delete, it's going to have the first item here, right? Because it's looping over module items. So what you want to do is when you record, is you hit record, and you know the first item is walk the dog. So you're actually going to hit delete on walk the dog, okay? Now, that's it, okay? Now we're going to stop and we're going to see, did it manage to match it to data? So we're going to look at the element, and we see there it's just doing end contains delete. So it seems a little bit dangerous. It doesn't seem to be so precise. So let's see. It's supposed to delete walk the dog. So if I run it now, it shouldn't delete anything else. So I hit it. Oh, I forgot to copy the URL again. I got to do that first. So I'll stop it and then make sure to copy the URL. I think this is unsorted, right? Unsorted list. What we want to make sure is that it doesn't just delete any items here, okay? So that's what we want to do. So what I'm doing is I'm copying the URL here. I'm saving it. And let's see if I run it, if it manages to not delete anything. Nope. It did go ahead and delete it, right? So that's not good. So what we want to do now is, okay, I'll do this again. Walk the dog. Add it. And then I'm going to try and use the DOM picker to see if I can do it a little more intelligently, the kind of delete. So I'm hitting this. I'm going to see if I can find that delete. And then open the DOM picker again and see what we're doing here, okay? So here, you see we have the contains delete, but we also need to find the collection item. So we're going to select, make sure that it's walk the dog, okay? That's what we're going to do now. So now I'm hitting this, and then I'm making sure here that it's a loop name. You see how it automatically picked out the loop name in the DOM path? So now we know we're precisely deleting this item. And the way we do that is we'll basically create something else. So this is something else. I'll add it to the list, and then I'll run the delete test, okay? As you can see, it deletes walk the dog, but it doesn't delete anything else, okay? So that's good. So now we're good, now we're ready, now we have a delete case. So now we're going to try and see how we can tie this all together.